Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings. Burnley 0, Everton 2. Another fine win on the road for the Toffees. Up to 16 points, 26 points really. But we don't. Well, we're not allowed to talk about that, are we? But anyway, 16 points. Go up a place in the Premier League. Yeah, hopefully things are starting to get better, aren't they? So there you go. Let's get into it. Jordan Pickford in goal. 2 saves he had to make. One big one. Yeah, one decent one in the second half. Didn't have loads to do. 42 touches. 57% accurate passing, but made the save when he had to make the save, and yeah, I'll give him a 7.5 for the game. Nathan Patterson, obviously coming in, coming back into the side, being not. He hasn't been in and out, has he? I mean, he's been mostly out. But obviously cameo appearances coming off the bench. Obviously important play of the squad. But you look at a game like that today and you think, yeah, you leave him in there and he'll be all right for the most part. A few little mistakes here and there, trying to do stupid Cruyff turns, maybe where they weren't needed. But for the most part, some really good balls into the box as well. Just have a look at his heat map. There's his heat map right there. So getting nearly into the final third. He's in the final third, but his hotspot is just before the final third. So clearly getting up as well, getting into the final third. As I said, some good crosses. Ground duels won 5 out of the 9. Aerial duels won 1 out of 3. Clearances 3, tackles 3, dribbled past twice. But most of his work today was in the final third or towards the final third. So good stuff. Good to see him play, and good to see him having a good game as well. So I would give him a 7.5 for today's game. Ben Godfrey coming to the team, obviously hasn't played for a while, playing in a back 3, back 5, whatever you want to call it. Done well, made one huge block at 2-0, as we all know. Ground duels won 1 out of 3, aerial duels won 1 out of 2, but that was a huge moment. Interceptions 2, tackles 1. That was a huge moment in the game. So, yeah, to come in from the cold and play that kind of game as well, I thought was hugely important as well, so for him today as well. So can't praise him enough for that one moment, staying switched on, being present, not switching off. That's the main focus, not switching off, because we've seen these players, him and other players who've come in, switch off far too many times. So I would give Ben Godfrey a 7.3 for today's performance. Michael Keane, again, another one alongside him. I mean, I'll just show you this heat map. Look at that for a heat map. Look at the bits in the final third. That's like a mazy run, that, isn't it? It's like, wow. He picks the ball up in the middle of the box, then goes to the right, cuts inside down the middle. That's an incredible heat map from Michael Keane there. He's all over the shop. But again, Michael Keane today, brilliant from him to come in from the cold. And I mentioned it in my starting 11. Just have a good game. Just have a normal game. And he did that. He did it more. His goal was great as well. Made it 2-0. Put the seal on the win. Clearances 8. Block shots 2. Ground duels, he had 2. He didn't actually win any, but he did win 4 out of 6 aerial duels. And again, for him to come in from the cold and play a game like that shows that he can he can be called upon if he's needed. Listen, is he going to get himself into the team? No, because it's James Tarkowski and it's person, I can't even remember his name. They're the partnership, aren't they, at the moment? Jared Branthwaite and James Tarkowski, they're the partnership. But it's good to know that people are ready to come into the team. It's a bit of a weight off you. Like, we've been sweating this one for ages, thinking, oh God, if Branthwaite gets injured, then what's going to happen? But Michael Keane, as I said, Ben Godfrey come in today. But I thought I thought Michael Keane especially, though, had a really important. He was big for our set pieces. He was good for their set pieces. Scored the goal. Nearly got a second one when he hit the post. I mean, maybe he should have stayed as a centre forward. I don't know. But brilliant from Keane today. So I would give him a 8.1 for today's performance. Absolutely brilliant from Michael Keane. And as I said, it's good that we know that these players are there and they're professional and that they can come in. Listen, we're not stupid. We've watched enough. We know who the future is, and we know why people are on the bench. But that's why you have a squad, isn't it? That's exactly why you have a squad, for that very much situation. So there you go. James Tarkowski next to him again, back to being captain, leading from example. 4 clearances, 2 block shots, 1 interception, 3 ground duels, but he lost them all. Aerial duels, he won 8 out of 10, and obviously that's really hugely important. It just is his heat map there. You can see all on the left-hand side in that channel there. And obviously important in the final third as well for us as well, because he helped with Michael Keane's goal. There was a couple of little moments today where they did try and get him down the side of him. But obviously that just exposed his lack of playing in a 3. He wasn't at his best last season when he played in a 3. When we went to 4 at the back, that's when we improved massively last season. And it was him and Connor Cody. And I think him and Branthwaite, him playing on the right-hand side, and Branthwaite, they know what they're doing. That suits both of those players. But again, today I thought he was, for the most part, excellent. And it is a case you have to readjust. But we've done it without any fuss, you hear teams, they lose games and they come off, we've got injuries and got suspensions and players are playing out of position and all this, but we've just got on with it today and we've gone and won the game, and I thought James Tarkowski was a big part of that. He's very, very consistent. He's been hugely consistent for us this season. Can't really say, he had a poor game. He might have moments, of course. All players have moments. All players have moments in games where you go, there's that one thing. But he's been massively consistent this season. So, James Tarkowski, I would give a 7.8 for today's performance. Again, the defence was the bedrock that we built the win on today. And he was hugely impressive. On the other side, left wing back, Dwight McNeil. Again, not really. I mean, a proper sort of wing back display, and I'll show you look at that for a heat map. That is all down the left hand side. The whole thing is pretty much red for his heat spots. So that just shows you really where he did really play a proper wing back performance today, and his energy is just incredible. It really is. Dwight McNeil's energy is absolutely incredible. 1 clearance, 1 block shot, 1 tackle, ground duels, won 2 out of 6 aerial duels. Won 1 out of 1, but he's so, when he gets on the ball as well, it's so infectious. He had 82 touches of the ball today, 67 pass accuracy, crosses, 8, 1 successful, big chances created, 1. He again, dribbles attempts, 2, 1 successful. He again, another playing going back to his old club. He was big today. Dwight McNeil just giving us that balance on the left, and he worked well with Garner. He worked well with Jack Harrison at times, but he just works his socks off for him. Again, and that's infectious. If you have a few players working the socks off for you, then it catches on to everybody, and then other people look stupid. And they were so impressive today. We were on the press, really good on the press, all over the pitch. Him, Patterson, James Garner were brilliant when it comes to the pressing today. So, yeah, Dwight McNeil, 7.8 for him today. Jack Harrison, again, I was really impressed with Jack Harrison's work rate today. And again, if you look at his heat map, all over the pitch. He swapped sides at times. He was coming inside, and obviously with having wing backs, it meant that he could be a little bit more fluid in where he played. But I just thought his work rate was, again, the press was huge. And in the second half, when we were a lot more of a defensive unit, that's when you saw that him and McNeil just starting to tuck in, and well, obviously McNeil being part of a back five. But I just thought it wasn't about him being this brilliant player going forward today. It was about him doing a job for the team, and I thought he did that brilliantly. 37 touches, crosses one out of one accurate, one accurate cross. No shots on target. I'd like to see him shoot more. That's the only thing. I'd like to see him shoot more. 4 ground duels out of 6, 1, which is brilliant. Clearances 1, tackles 2, dribble past 1. But again, a real all-round performance from Jack Harrison today, which it just, as I said, it's infectious. It's infectious through the team. You can see it through the team, what it means to these players. They all work hard. They all take pride in it. They all take so much pride in how hard they work that it just goes from one to the next one. And if one's not doing it, they look stupid. And that's what Sean Dyche has built. That's what Sean Dyche has built, this team that celebrates winning tackles, celebrates defending, celebrates clean sheets. And when you've got like your players like Dwight McNeil and Harrison doing it, as I said, it shows everyone wants to do it. Absolutely everybody. So I would give him, Jack Harrison, 7.6 for today's performance. James Garner is another one. Again, the work rate for only 44 touches, so I think that's a bit less than normal. 3 crosses, 2 were accurate. Did have a shot on target. Ground duels, 4 out of his 8, 2 out of his 6 aerial duels. But again, it's that. Again, I'll just show you this heat map. This is heat map. Again, all over that midfield today. In the more like the inside wide areas, if that makes sense. The old inside wide areas, so not quite wide, but just tucking in. Again, infectious. And we said earlier in the season about James Garner, well, the manager, like I had a James Garner issue about he had to find somewhere to play him, but it just seems that wherever James Garner plays, he works his socks off, and he's got himself into a Premier League team, and he looks very, very comfortable in the Premier League now. And when we bought him, we were buying potential, weren't we? We were buying a potential. Obviously, don't think he's played in the Premier League, really. We were buying potential, and it's turned out to be a very astute purchase from Manchester United. So, he just wants to work hard. He just wants to run his socks off for the team, and I thought he did that today. The pressing was brilliant a couple of times, taking the ball off them in the higher up the pitch or forcing a mistake, and that's so important, isn't it? It's so important. So James Garner, 7.7 for him. Abdoulaye Doucouré sadly had to go off in the first half. Here's a little look at his heat map there. Again, playing more in a traditional centre midfield position today. Obviously, not really a 10 as such. Came off at half time. Don't know exactly what the situation is yet. Only 21 passes of the ball. Ground duels only won 1 out of 4. He was doing all right. He wasn't having an amazing game. He was doing all right up to that point. So, again, being a bit more in a traditional midfield position, which we saw him do in the win against Newcastle. And he can do it. You know, he's not this player who's just all about scoring goals. He can do it. He's played that position plenty of times for Everton, so he can just play in a typical position. It's not his best position because we've seen how much more effective he is as a number 10, but you play where you have to play. So so I would give, obviously he only played half a game, I'd give him a 6.7 for today. Onana, tight hamstring apparently, that is what the core he had, so it might have been taken off as a precaution because that's what you have to do this time of year. You get an injury this time of year, you're missing 3 or 4 games. That's the problem. Manager have to be said this last week about other teams flogging their players. Maybe Sean Dyche thinks no, we can't do that. He just has to take precautions. Onana, first start for a while since the Crystal Palace game, which she really wasn't right for anyway. But 90 minutes completed, which is huge for him. Powerhouse all over the pitch. Obviously got the first goal. Brilliant header. So good, so comfortable on the ball. 46 touches, 87% pass accuracy. Ground duels, he won 5 out of 6. Aerial duels, he won 6 out of 8. I mean, you know, you're talking about man of the match displays. You know, he's up there with Michael Keane for me today and James Tarkowski. He's up there for me. He's had a massive game there with the goal and just those numbers. 5 out of 6 ground duels, 6 out of 8 aerial duels. They're huge. They're huge. And the pass accuracy, 87%. They're huge numbers. His XG, by the way, was 0.26. Just have a little look at his heat map. There you go. So again, just sitting in front of that back four. Sitting in front of the back four, but quite high up. And again, that shows the dominance we had on the ball. But again, bit more of a traditional sort of 2-man midfield today, although obviously James Garner was in there and Jack Harrison was in there. But I thought he was... These are the games where you can see the difference between him and other players, and you can see that there's a player there that is going right to the top, which is a little bit scary, but hey ho, that's how it is, isn't it? That's exactly how it is. So yeah, yeah. Well, we won't talk about that for a minute. So I'd give him an 8. Definitely give him an 8 today. And again, more of these performances, more consistency from him. Keep doing what you're doing. We just want players to be at the best. Don't worry about the consequences of players being at the best either. You know, a lot of people do get worried about players leaving the football club, but I tell you what, I'd rather have players that other teams wanted than not. I really would. I'd rather have, and you never know, do you? You never know. If you've got 5 or 6 players that other teams are like, oh, I wouldn't mind them. Then maybe those 5 or 6 say, well, we've got a decent team here, but there's a core of a decent team here. You know, maybe we'll stay. Maybe we'll give you one more season, and then that one more season, you develop into something else. I don't know. The wonder stuff on the super chat says, love you, Ped and Baz, and love the channel. Come on, you Blues. Cheers, mate. Who knows? But we should certainly not fear players leaving us because they're playing really well. So I would give him an 8 for today. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Just show you his heat map. There it is. Again, all over the pitch, but no real hotspot. Again, a decent performance. Came off with 8 minutes to go. Can't really... He should have scored. He should have scored today. The header should have gone in. If he puts that anywhere... He does the right thing. He puts it down low to where the goalkeeper's sort of coming from, or at the goalie's feet. They often say that's the hardest place to save because they have to get right... to get right down. But he does need a goal, though. It's a few games since he scored now. He does need a goal. He can't fault his work rate at all. Works so hard for the team. Only 16 touches. He only actually won 1 out of 8 aerial duels today, 2 out of 5 ground duels. So, but I'm certainly not going to sit here and go, oh, he has to do this or he has to do that. We were out without Dom for so long that having a centre forward up there, keeping centre backs occupied, playing as a one man to allow the players, being a threat on set pieces. You know, as I said, there's 16 touches. He's not working off much. So I'm saying you're not going to sit here going, oh, he has to do this, he has to do that. I want him to score goals. You want your centre forward scoring goals, because when those moments come here, maybe it's not happening for the rest of the team. You've got a centre forward, but he's not getting loads of chances. That's the other thing I'd say. He ain't getting loads of chances. He should have scored today with the header, but he's only actually had one shot on target. So yeah. He's done all right. He's done all right, Dom. I'll give him a 7 for today. But you just want him. I just want him to get that goal. Just want him to get a goal. So he's scoring every 3-4 games, maybe. I mean, everyone else is, you know, the rest of the team are chipping in. But you do want your centre forward scoring goals. Let's have a look at the subs. Lewis Dobbin came on at half time. Playing on the right-hand side. Difficult for him. When he came on and sort of Jack Harrison sort of went more central. Garner went more central and Jack Harrison went on the other side. 15 touches of the ball, 60% pass accuracy. Ground duels won 2 out of 7. Aerial duels, none out of 1. Fantastic that he's worked himself into a position where the manager puts him on first. So that's the first thing I'd say. Fair play to him for that. Manager putting him on first is over Dan Juma and is big as well. I think what I would say is, and you can see that where you've seen his the hot spots for the heat map there were mostly in our half. He's got to get better at keeping the ball. There's a few times where he gave it up a little bit cheaply. And I'd say he's got to improve that. Definitely. Just because that's what we did really well today. We kept the ball under pressure when they were trying to press us. We just kept it in play, or we kept it in the final third and made things happen. Won a corner or won a throw. I think there was a few too many times when he gave the ball back to them and that allowed them to come out with the ball. But he'll learn, and now he's come off the bench, scored the last time he came off the bench. Today was a different role. It was about working for the team. Manager trusts him. Manager will sit him down saying, right, in this situation, I just want you to play a simple ball back and we'll go again. Instead of maybe trying to do something clever or try and hold on to the ball too long to try and create something. Just keep the ball and set us off. So it's a learning experience for him, and he'll be learning all the time. And he's, as I said, he's come off the bench again. Got himself another 45 minutes in the Premier League, which is the first time he's done that for a while, isn't it? So Lewis Dobbin, I would give a 6.5. And the other sub, Beto, obviously came on what, with 8 minutes to go, wasn't it? 8 minutes to go, and what did he play? 4 was it, or 3? So just over 10 minutes he played. Had one shot, made the keeper make a save, wasn't it? Oh, got it deflected out. One as a corner. Actually only had 4 touches. But listen, again, nearly made the goalkeeper flap. Nearly give the ball back to us, which if it bounced the other way would have meant an open goal. They could have made it 3. So he's came on. He's worked really hard. Maybe not as many minutes as he's got in the last couple of games, but that's it. It's up to him to just keep getting on the pitch. And again, he's been involved in another win. So again, didn't do loads. It's hard to give people scores when they haven't done loads. So I'd give him. So Beto 6.2. So there you go. Brilliant win. Again, the Everton away fans, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. That's all you could hear the whole game, wasn't it? The Everton fans, the ones who sneaked the cards in as well. Absolutely brilliant. Another reason why today's win was so satisfying, because they tried to ban us having our cards and flags and stuff. What a load. What a load of nonsense. What a load of nonsense. Absolute pathetic from Burnley. And I'm absolutely made up that we've gone there and we've beaten them. Made up for Sean Dyche, made up for the 3 former Burnley players, and made up for all those fans who are absolutely enjoying a brilliant time watching Everton on the road at the moment. So, yeah, can't say more than that. So, there you go. Make sure you check out Baz's videos. We'll be live on Monday on YouTube at 1 o'clock. And then we'll be doing the final word over on Toffee TV Premier. So make sure you check out them as well. And enjoy the rest of your weekend, because it will be very enjoyable. And we look forward to Tuesday's quarter-final in the Carabao Cup against Fulham. It's good, isn't it? Looking forward to watching Everton. It's weird, but I like it. There you go. See you later.